Fuck, my phone's playing audio.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Amalgam Show.
I'm one of your hosts, Dean Kaminsky. Joining me today is Nathaniel Redden.
Hey, what's going on? I'm very serious today.
And Keena Johnston. He's trying to signify that we're drinking, and this is probably a really bad idea.
For some reason, I have
No.
two beers
Last
now.
episode, the games lab, we opened up and I went.
Yeah, because Shannon was like, alongside Keena Johnston, and Keena was like,
From the which one?
Games
Games
Lab.
lab.
This week or last week?
This week.
Like the one you just recorded?
Shannon's been in and out.
Yeah, I know
Shannon
that.
was here, but then he left.
Shannon's dead.
So you guys have been drinking without me? What the fuck?
No.
No, you didn't say beer.
What
It was a
then?
Fanta.
It was a fantastic
Shut your
Northern. It was
Shut
a great,
up.
fantastic Northern.
Hey Nathaniel, Hey Keena, what's the Amalgam Show about?
Amalgam Show is where we get together and talk nerdy and pop culture things.
Talk nerdy and pop culture things. Yes, I also talk nerdy and
So
pop culture
if you
things.
can't speak nerdy, unfortunately this isn't the right podcast for you. But still
Well,
watch it.
apparently, the girls outside don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We're talking about i7s and shit like that. Like,
That's
oh,
a
you don't
little
have enough
geeky.
RAM. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, these are super simple concepts.
Yeah.
Well, it's super simple for that field, but it's like if fucking, you know...
I guess I didn't really learn about it until I was doing like a certificate 3.
I just learned about it because I was Googling.
Well, literally, I didn't even know what a fucking internal hard drive looked like when I first did my Cert 3. And then, yeah, I did some work experience at a place, and they're like, what's this? And the guy that I was doing it with also, he was like, oh, that's a hard drive. And I was like, probably. I was like, I don't fucking know.
To be fair, I couldn't tell the difference.
That's got to
between
be
makeup
at least
besides
some
colours.
hardware. What?
So, I was going to say, to be fair, I couldn't tell the difference between any makeup
Yeah.
besides colours.
I was gonna say, it's basic, but it's basic for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not basic knowledge.
and we're all basic
It's not like we're talking about... Just throw the fucking... God
It's on my shoulder.
Whoa.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It ain't.
Okay, there you go.
It ain't.
Where you were pointing is not where it was. You're like, it's on my shoulder. Yeah, of
Anyway,
course it
if
is,
you
Keena.
enjoyed these shenanigans, please click that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, email us at amalgamshow@gmail.com, and comment below.
Yeah, and apparently stay at the end of the... Oh, shit. Stay at the end of the podcast because apparently there's some bullshit that, you know...
We didn't know about until now.
Yeah, because Keena just told us.
Well, maybe if you listen to the podcast.
Yeah, it's true. But to be fair,
I'm a part of the podcast. Why would I listen to it again?
I really don't want to listen to myself speak because every time I do that, I'm like, wow, you're a fucking retard.
I mean, to be fair, like, sometimes I will listen to it just because I'm conceited.
Jesus, so you're the opposite. There are two types of people. There are two genders.
Ooh, don't trigger people. No, but it's yeah. I've said this so many fucking times, but it's like when I'm watching the podcast, I'm just like, oh man, I wish I could have my input because I'd totally say this, and then myself back then would be like saying the exact same thing. I'm like, that fucking guy, he knows what's up. He's onto it, and it's like, you know.
You're just so drunk that you can't remember.
Yeah, I'm just like, fucking, this guy's on the top of it. Oh my god, so good. Yeah, I can't remember it because I'm so drunk on the podcast previously.
So, my plan was to start the show with some Assassin's Creed Origins talk because me, Shannon, and Kyron have played it. Only 1 out of 3 of that group is here, so...
Shannon, Kyron, and I, actually. If you remove the other people and it doesn't make sense, and that's not how it's meant to be said.
I know how that works.
Okay.
I fucked up, didn't I?
Yeah, a little bit.
I've never
fucking-
thought of it that way before.
That's exactly
That's
how
why
it's
you
meant to be
can, like, the
There
word,
are
like,
some
Shannon,
times, yeah.
Keena, and me, well, Kyron and me is a sentence, and I didn't learn it till year 12.
done. Yeah,
Like, me can be an actual, like...
yeah. You can't
And
say that
me
when you're talking
here.
about other people.
It's, like...
Do you want to come to the shops with Kyron and me?
Yeah.
No, but you always have to say yourself last.
You don't always have to.
What if you're always just
That's-
like, man, I'm the best, so I have to say myself first?
Man, you're an arsehole. But you can still do it.
English lessons with Amalgam.
Wait, do you have to say yourself last all the time?
When you say I think so. When
With
it's like
I,
me and Kyron,
definitely,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
that's... You can do either or.
Yeah. But yeah, remove the other people, and if it doesn't make sense, then
Yeah.
then it's not how you say it. There you go, guys. If you're doing a fucking English assignment, you should probably stop listening to this and do your English assignment.
So, in any case, I'm going to talk about Assassin's Creed.
You have to be really procrastinating to be listening to
Honestly,
this.
to get to the dark side of YouTube, just to finally
The dark
find
side.
us.
Amalgam. The pure darkness.
Hey, the shit video with like 6 views looks pretty good. Oh,
If
fucking.
you are that person, please comment below.
Yeah,
We were
honestly.
actually getting questions from Chris today about the podcast, and he was like, well, do you have like a steady fan base?
I'm
We're
like,
like, I wouldn't say fan base.
There are
We've
definitely
got-
people who
We've got
like watch.
viewers, and they're definitely not steady either. So
It's either like friends
Zero
that just
or
remember to
million.
watch it, or it's that one guy that's like, maybe they'll watch my stuff if I watch theirs.
yeah, we've just had those weird
Subscribe for
videos.
subscribe.
Like for like, we'll hit the bell. And
Dude,
hit...
so I'm still waiting for a diamond play button. Where the fuck?
Does YouTube even still do that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think it's 100,000 for silver, 1 million for gold, and then 10 million for diamond.
And then 60 million for your own personalized one.
Yeah, you get your ruby, brofist, and then you get like 6 mini brofists.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave them to him.
To give
Anyway,
to his fans, I guess, or to just like hang up in his house randomly. It's like there's one, there's the other, and the other's there, and there's one in the toilet.
here's the award, and then 6 mini awards, just in case you want to take it traveling.
These ones are portable, so you can take them anywhere. It's like, hi, my name's
Just
PewDiePie. Just checking into this hotel. Also, look at my cool award. It's portable now.
For showboating on the go.
I wish I had a portable boat.
I wish I had a boat.
So, I've been playing
Portable
Assassin's
boat?
Yeah, portable boat.
That's not a portable boat.
Screwdriver?
What boat isn't portable?
Any boat. All boats are only portable at the ocean.
It's
cool
still
would it be?
portable.
I just want to drive a boat.
I just want
down Main
Capsule
Street.
Corp to
Do you want like
real.
a hovercraft?
I want
Oh,
Capsule
okay.
Corp.
You want Capsule Corp?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want that.
You want the Incredible?
I don't know what that means. I
It's
can't
Mr.
remember.
Incredible's car. Oh, have you guys not seen
No.
number 2? I got a story for you.
Please don't tell me about it. I want to. Don't spoil Incredibles 2.
Oh,
You know-
want to.
It was actually yesterday. I was talking to Nina about watching Incredibles 2, and I was like, "Hey, you want to go see Cars 2?" And then I was like, "Wait, that doesn't sound right."
He said it with that and he was like,
Like I forgot what movie it was, and I was like, "You want to go see Cars 2?" And I'm like, "Cars 2's been out for a while."
it's bad.
No, the way it was portrayed to me was Georgie was like, "Hey, so how's the date fund going?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's got some in there. Why?" And she goes, "We should go see The Incredibles." I was like, "Fuck, righto." And we finally did, and it was like, it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it, you know,
Oh really? It was alright.
it was probably as good as the first one, maybe, because it like elaborates on Jack's powers and like you know.
Okay.
It's not all about Mr. Incredible and how he's having an affair, but not actually. And...
Having an affair.
I didn't actually get that till like the second
Yeah,
last time I
it's
watched
really
it.
weird.
What are you saying?
I found out that that chick with silver hair in The Incredibles is actually a real person, and she was in Torchwood. Just an FYI.
There you go. Fucking.
She gets her neck broken, but she's immortal, so she's walking around with her neck around the wrong way.
She almost gets her neck broken in the.
Yeah, she
Incredibles.
just gets punched in the fucking jaw because
Good.
she's macking on with Mr. Incredible, but not actually. And Helen's like,
What a name, man.
Helen.
It's
Oi,
the 50s.
Mr. Incredible's a fucking pussy in this one, eh?
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He's a dad.
Which I was... No, I don't.
Yeah. Sure is dead. Hey, Nina.
Oh my god.
But, yeah. No. So there were like these 2 middle-aged women in the cinema that were watching it. And they're in the center of the cinema. This story's going poorly so far. Anyway, we were sitting down, we were watching the movie, and basically the plot line is the mum, Helen, she goes off and does superhero shit, while the dad, Bob, has to look after the kids.
Oh my god, it's like the first one, but the roles are reversed.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I knew
But
this from the
like
trailers.
every fucking time that that Bob would be like, "Oh my god, I have to do this this house task. Oh, it's so difficult." These fucking middle-aged women would laugh their fucking asshole out. It was just like every time he'd be
What a
like,
phrase.
he'd be
When
like,
you laugh your asshole out.
he'd be like, oh man, I have to wash the dishes and teach the kids math, and they're just like, ha! It's like, shut the fuck up, fucking Beatrice.
You Beatrice.
Beatrice
Fuck
and
you,
Gertrude just sitting in the fucking cinema. I was like, shut up. It's 2018. He can do those things. And he has super strength. So if you can't, fucking, you know. You look after a floating baby that turns into a demon and
Yeah,
spontaneously
to be fair, Helen doesn't have
combusts.
to deal with that.
Yeah, because she fucking comes back and she's like, oi, does Jack have powers? And he's like, yeah, I'll explain it later. Just punch on for now. True story.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
She
well,
comes back.
well, until
I've
until
never
the end of the
seen-
movie. Or does she?
Dun dun
So you'll
dun.
never know now unless
Wait.
you watch it.
It was Zod's kid.
The killer is Luke's father, actually.
Vader showed up.
Ooh.
Disney owns everything.
It was
Wait,
the
you
mole
forgot.
guy from the end of the first one.
Honestly, though, like, the fact that it was a kid's movie, though, I was watching it, and I thought to myself, for someone who has super strength, Bob's fucking weak. You can't do shit. Like, there's a tank rolling I mean, it's a big fucking tank. There's a tank rolling through the city at the start, because the Underminer. And he's, like, trying to push it so that it doesn't, like, roll into these buildings. And it takes him so much fucking effort. I'm thinking, fucking Superman could flick that thing into another
Yeah.
building. And he's just like, no, he just looks like a buff guy that's, like, you know, lifted abnormally large weights. But, yeah.
He's like Golden Age level Superman strength, where you could like just stop a train. Even that's a lot of effort.
Well, remember he tried to stop a train in the first one. Yeah. And he's, like, fucking breaking all the... He's like Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2.
That was such a.
That's how strong he is. That's how shit he is. Fuck you, Bob.
Fuck you, Bob. Fucking Gertrude.
Gertrude and Beatrice.
Gertrude and
Fucking
Beatrice
cinema.
trigger me so fucking hard.
Honestly. But, nah, the short story before it was pretty funny.
Apparently, like, my housemate said
Everyone
it's disturbing
told
as
me.
fuck.
Everyone told
It's
me
what?
that the short
Disturbing
story
as
before-
fuck.
Really?
A little bit.
She said it's like the most disturbing thing she's ever seen. I'm like, it's Pixar.
That's odd because everyone's telling me that it was like better than the movie.
It is.
usually the
Do you want me to spoil?
No,
No.
because I will watch it.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. Next
Basically, it's just like it's this really like fun-loving story about like a mother-son relationship, and then there's like randomly they like grow apart, and then there's just this random fucking bit that just comes out of nowhere, and it's like it's kind of disturbing, but like also surreal because it's like, oh, what the fuck, but like also fair enough because it's only you'll know when it comes, but yeah, like everyone in the cinema was just like, huh. And then George is like, I was like, George, shut the fuck up. Like, you're the only one that's laughing right now.
I hate when people
Yeah.
laugh at the wrong time. Someone laughed.
I was like,
I will
fucking-
be forever bitter at this. Someone laughed at the end of Logan when they changed the cross into an X.
See, I haven't.
See, I didn't laugh
I
at
still
that, but I
haven't seen
laughed
Logan.
about it later on when I'd do that to Jonah, and Jonah would be like, oh. I love that.
Why haven't you seen Logan? It's really, really good.
Still haven't seen it. I just haven't had a chance to, I guess.
I mean, like, it's kind of one of those movies to me where I would watch it in the cinema, but I've never really thought about that movie outside of the cinema, except for when people brought it up.
I think about that movie a lot.
I'm sad. I'm sad that
Like, I
movie.
really like that movie.
What's that movie?
The Wolverine.
No, about being quiet. A Quiet Place.
About being quiet. A Quiet Place, that's it.
Is it?
It's about being quiet.
Is it still in the cinemas? Because I'm sad if it's not. I'm sad that I never got the opportunity to to watch it in the cinemas. Because apparently it's really creepy.
Yeah.
We
Like,
could do a
also,
viewing
like
party
there's,
here.
it's literally like there is no sound in the cinema. Like if you eat something, everyone can fucking hear you.
Because the
there's
conceit of that movie is you have to stay quiet, completely quiet, or that they'll hear you.
Yeah.
They'll is a plot twist, which I know, which sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I know what. Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like a really good movie.
What
Quiet Place.
is it? Or
I
what?
mean, it sounds like a really good movie.
Yeah. Well, the
Get
review,
it? There's no noise in it.
the reviews were really good for it. Yeah. So
Apparently, Hereditary is also really good. Hereditary is this new horror movie that's just come out. Apparently, it's like a scary horror. in terms of like.
Oh,
I don't know what it's
that's
about.
right.
I just know.
I've seen something about it. Which reminds me, when we went to see The Incredibles.
An ad for it.
No, there wasn't. That was the thing. Like, all the fucking previews that we saw were of kids' movies.
Yeah.
And Georgie's sitting there like, why the fuck are they advertising all this? And then she's like, oh wait, Incredibles. Like, it's actually a kids' movie. This isn't meant for us. It's fucking...
You know what I've just realised?
What?
We haven't even talked about what the topic would be, or what we're into this week.
We're doing what we're into this week. This is...
Yeah.
Talking about...
Just no one asked me. I just fucking...
I was about to do mine.
Did you do it that week, though?
Yeah, he did it.
Did you do it just recently? Just this week? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Of course I did.
Oh, okay. Alright.
What have you been into, Keena?
Is that all you've done this week?
I mean, played more Sword Art Online on the mobile.
Yeah.
Haven't progressed. I progressed one floor.
Jesus.
And I watched Sword Art Online. And I watched Dragon Ball Z. And
Fuck, Dragon Ball Z is so good.
Goku's traveling to Namek at the moment. So, yeah. I think he's now training in 100 times gravity.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
It breaks his fucking everything.
Yeah, honestly, he's just like, I think everything in me is broken, but I'm still gonna move to fucking press the button
You grab the
in 100 times gravity.
Yeah.
And then he gets his own super. He's like, I'm the best.
He's a real strong boy.
Yeah.
Zenkai boost for win.
Honestly.
I love how he just uses up all the sensu beans on the trip there.
It wasn't a fucking, it wasn't the training that got him strong enough to beat Frieza. It was all the broken bones that he kept giving himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, fuck the training, just kill yourself nearly, like, every day. Honestly, just farm sensu beans and then just, like, fucking put a hole through your chest every day and just eat one. I
don't think that's quite how it works.
I feel like it is.
I don't think it will give you a...
It's pseudoscience, okay? It works out the
It's
fuck
Toriyama science.
That too.
Which is even worse than pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Is that all you've been into this week?
Yes. Yeah.
What have you been into this week, Keena?
So...
Oh.
I'll be back. You told me to be quiet.
Yeah.
I'll punch on. I've never hit a woman, but I've thought about it.
Oh god!
Jesus!
Scratch that. Never actually have.
So, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I haven't played it though.
Still been playing for like 2 minutes. Jesus. That's really good. It's set in ancient Egypt. It has... He plays Bayek. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't like him, or I do like him. I like him because he's basically Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. In terms of like his honor bound and duty and like,
Okay.
I like that kind of character. And yeah, it's a game. It's kind of weird for me because you know how Square had always been the assassinate button.
Yeah.
They've moved it to triangle.
Why?
And that's so hard.
That's
to
just
break.
a heavy attack button for
Yeah.
like everybody.
It's a dangerous place. Don't go outside. It's bad. It's a bad time. I told them to please keep it down, and they said, fuck off, Dean, and I was like, oh, shit. You got me there. Fucking...
So,
I didn't come up with a plan for that one.
are you a fan of Assassin's Creed?
I'll get him next time. Yeah.
I've been playing Origins. You know how Square has always been the assassinate button?
X.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Now they moved it up to...
I remember X. I don't know what you're on about, Keena.
I was like, sorry, I only know Xbox, okay? And the shit one. No, yeah.
So now they've moved it up to Y/triangle. And it's really confusing.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Is it attack as well?
No, attack is R1.
Everyone tells me that every time they release a
So is that the bumper?
Assassin's Creed game now, it's becoming more and more like Dark Souls and not Assassin's Creed.
It's a fucking RPG now.
Yeah.
It's gone from, counter, assassinate, stealth everywhere, to, get this sword with +10 attack, and this armor that has, like, +6 defense. And this...
Yeah, when I was watching you
this
play
sword-
today, I was like, what the fuck?
This sword is historically inaccurate because it's also on fire. Like, it makes no fucking sense.
I don't know
I know
about you, but
glitches.
I love my fire bounce.
I remember when I learned-
swordsicle.
When I learned about ancient Egypt and they had all their fire swords, oh man, that was
Man,
that was crazy.
Animus glitches.
funny how nature does that sometimes, though.
I do like the RPG factors, and this is like RPG light. Apparently, Odyssey's gonna get super heavy.
Fuck off.
Why? Do you not like RPGs?
I don't like. No, I like RPGs. I don't like games turning into other games that they're not.
I don't like the fact that they've changed Assassin's Creed so
It's not
fucking
Assassin's
much.
Creed anymore.
They've changed it so fucking much from what everybody actually loved, which is Ezio. Just make Ezio
No,
again.
we got sick of Ezio, remember?
No, we didn't.
I
Yes,
did.
we
You
did.
did.
No.
We
I never
didn't.
did. I played that game fucking all the
No
time.
one got sick of him.
No,
and
no,
that's
there's a
why-
difference between the game and then his story.
Oh no, I didn't get sick of his. I mean, like, yeah, I got sick of the character, but I mean, like, how it was.
Yeah.
The game itself, the gameplay. Yeah, sure, change a few things, but it's not Assassin's Creed.
Well,
anymore.
it's gone from people dressed in white going around and killing bad people from shadowy places to, hey, we're not even assassins anymore, but we've got the hidden blade.
yeah.
Like,
We
it's
wear a
just-
hood, we got a hidden blade, and yeah.
Like, apparently this new one's set before fucking Origins,
yeah.
and Origins is when they got the hidden blade.
Yeah, that's what
No, it's even like they get the hidden blade before, or is before. No, so in Origins,
You
you
started
get
about
given the
4
hidden
different
blade.
sentences,
You get given the hidden blade, and like this is the weapon that took down Xerxes, who's the Persian, part of the Persian Wars. Persian Wars is set off. No wait.
Before Odyssey?
No, so yeah, Persian Wars and then Odyssey happens. So Odyssey still isn't like the first hidden
So,
blade.
what, we're gonna use the same hidden blade that fucking old mate from Origins gets?
Maybe. I don't know if it's the specific hidden
I just
blade.
don't like
but
how
it's
far back they're going. Like, they were...
like we
they're
joked
going-
last week about Far Cry, about Assassin's Creed Primal, and Kyron and I were talking about like how they probably will go to a First Civilization game.
Of course they fucking will.
I like to the point where like, because like my idea is that they'll eventually go, like you'll do the normal historical setting, and then instead of the future, like the present stuff, where you're like, I'm an archaeologist or whatever, you'll be a First Civilization person, like, and you'll be using like reverse animus. Like I could really see them doing that.
So what? They're getting access to the first civilization technology from an old age,
Yeah,
and they're looking at people from the future?
yeah,
Or in the future?
yeah. That's how I imagine this story could go.
It's fucking stupid.
But like we've been building to like we've stopped for a while, but we've been building to First Civilization for ages.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, they've stopped with the story, and now they're just like, and here's random people from the past, and let's see how far back we can go before people get pissed off.
I got
Like,
really confused today because when Keena was explaining it to me, he was like, "Well, Odyssey's gonna be like how the assassins came to be." Because I asked the question, "Isn't it based before the assassins?" And you said, "Oh, it's based about how the assassins came to be." And then I was
That's what
like,
Origins is about.
yeah, and
I
then
don't
I was
know
like,
what Odyssey is about.
Oh, okay. I said, "Isn't that what Origins is all about?" And then
Yeah.
that's what he said.
That's what I mean, though. It's getting to the point where it's just games with hidden blades. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Assassin's Creed, slap that shit on there, it'll sell.
Yeah.
It's like we were going in a good direction. We had a good story, and now it's turning into Halo.
Yeah, it's what you got to do with an annual franchise.
But that's what I mean.
Like,
Like, Halo was going so well, and then they were like, let's fuck it up and do all this other shit. Whoa! We'll
Yeah,
fucking
that
make
happens
20
when
more games because we can. And it's like Assassin's Creed was like, hey, that's not a bad idea.
yeah.
Let's do that too. So, I don't know.
No, it's Assassin's Creed hasn't been Assassin's Creed since 4, I think.
Because weren't they... With Chronicles, weren't they going to... They did the Chinese woman.
Yeah.
They did the Indian boy.
Yeah. And the Russian.
And they did Russian with World War II.
Yeah. Which is like that's been an Assassin's Creed canon for ages.
All three, or just the last one?
The Russian guy. Sorry.
Yeah.
He was subject 16's memories.
That's
the guy
right.
before Desmond.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Continue your point with Chronicles.
I never played the
Yeah, me neither.
Russian one.
Oh.
I played the Indian one. I never played
China.
China Girl. But I liked the concept of like World War II and being an assassin in that.
Yeah.
They've literally gone the opposite direction. Like they did that for, like they did number 1, they did number 2, they did number 3, and then 4. And you were like, oh, it's fucking, you know, Edward Kenway. Like, oh, Kenway, like Connor. Oh, he must be a relative. Maybe he's like his grandson or something. And then like right at the end, you're like, oh, he's Haytham's dad.
That was announced like when they announced the game.
Okay, well, how it worked for me.
And also how time works.
I mean, I never pay attention to the dates.
Okay.
Like it's like 1812, and I'm like, oh man, that was before today.
Jesus Christ, alright.
But like, for me anyway, because right at the end of the game, when he's like, he's at the theater with Haytham, I was like, oh shit. And like that was cool how they went back. I was like, righto, sweet. But then that was it. And now they're just going back and back and back, and it's like, fucking go forward. Like, yeah, they did, what was it? Fucking
Syndicate.
Unity and then Syndicate. But now they've gone the complete opposite direction. It's like, finish the story!
There was no story with those games.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, there was a story with 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 kind of.
4's story was like nothing.
Oh.
Like the modern day stuff. There was nothing. It was like, hey, the guy's working for Abstergo doesn't really know. Oh, you're going to Chicago where Watch Dogs is set? Like, I thought they were going to tie it in that way. Then Watch Dogs came out and didn't do fucking anything.
Oh, they brought someone in, I think.
That guy wasn't in it. I looked for him and like did research. That guy, the leader of that Abstergo team, wasn't in Watch Dogs at all, which sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like in the whole point, I like he's going to Chicago. He's going to Chicago. Like Watch Dogs comes out in 6 months. This is gonna be cool. The Assassin's Creed universe. It wasn't. It was bad.
Still, I don't know.
But yeah, no, they haven't done story since 4. Like Unity is like, oh my god, we're here with the old assassin, like the weird tech assassin from 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then I have no idea what Syndicate is. I assume it's like another game.
I can't remember why. I think you're literally just living their memories. I don't think. Oh.
Probably at that point.
No,
you're not playing the game.
You're doing it from your living room. That's right.
Yeah.
You just like it's a game now.
Yeah.
And it's like
that's what
how
number
they've
4
introduced
is. You're just playtesting the game.
No, but that was the thing. It wasn't just for a game. It was also they wanted to like do movies with the footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was literally like, oh, Animus is now a game, and yeah, like when you go back to the real world, quote unquote, you're literally just watching videos of different things. Like one of them, Sean and what's the girl's name?
I'm not sure.
Rebecca.
Yeah, that's correct.
No, not Lucy. Yeah, Rebecca and Sean, they're doing some cool shit, and it's like, oh, like this random chick's just like, oh, watch these two, like they're gonna infiltrate this place, and then they're gonna like fucking escape with all this information, and then they get found out, and they do a fucking free fall through a window, and it makes the eagle screech sound like that. And it's like, okay, cool, but there's no interactions to the modern day shit. It's literally just like, watch this. Okay, back to London, and it just there's no main story progression.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like, and the assassins are still a thing, and they're still a thing, and they're still a thing.
Yeah.
They're still a thing.
I don't think the present's going to go anywhere, but this new game, what it does, you're an archaeologist who's like been you're an Abstergo archaeologist who helped like make the Animus. Like you're like one of the prime engineers for it.
Right.
And they've never given you credit. Now she's made her own like portable Animus, and you're in Bayek's tomb, and you can see his mummy just lying there, and you're going through his memories. And the whole point is that she's like realizing that Abstergo is bad, and my guess is that her character arc is like she realizes how bad Abstergo is, and like, oh my god, he's an assassin, he's a good guy, he's my relative, I must be a good guy. I guess that's her.
Oh, so she is related to him.
I haven't said that, but that's my guess.
Oh, okay. So you're playing through Origins. You haven't finished it.
No, I'm only up to the second sequence.
Okay.
I've only played it so.
How many sequences are usually in these? Like 12?
12 or so. I'm not sure if they're even divided by sequences, but they still like, yeah.
12.
It's an open world game now, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because my roommate was playing it the other day, and he was looking for some demon thing. Because his sister was over, and she was like, yeah, I found a demon over there. And he's walking around, I'm like, there's fucking demons in this game now? He's like, yeah. I was like, this is fucking stupid. I was like, this isn't Assassin's Creed. Like, yeah, it's fucking Dark Souls. That's all it fucking is.
Dark Souls is hard. This isn't hard, and I'm playing on hard.
Yeah, I
It's not
know,
hard.
but still, like, it's turning into it.
Like that's the
Like,
thing,
when were demons ever a thing? Now you're just going into bullshit. Like, fair enough, the pieces of Eden, but like that was from the get go. That was always there. Now they're like, oh, otherworldly spirits that are evil. Like, no, that was never a fucking thing.
I do want to get up to the part where like they explain that in the story, like what is going on there. My theory is
Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, that's a fucking theory.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's part of the same like developers.
No, it's not.
Isn't it? Isn't there like Easter eggs for Assassin's Creed?
Oh, not developers, but yeah, they did do a crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing the same fucking thing for Origins.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, yeah, then part of that.
I think you can get, what's his name?
Noctis.
Noctis's sword.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And they can just explain away, like, oh, just...
But that's why the demons are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's fucking, I don't know.
And you don't have to go through that content, probably. It's probably
No, I know, I'm just saying, like... the games are going nowhere, and I don't like it. I want to know what the First Civilization's doing. Like, that bitch is now out in the open doing whatever the fuck.
That's the thing, they haven't done that since, like, the end of 4. Like, the 4...
That's
like,
what I mean.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, I feel...
They've released, like, 4 fucking games since then.
I know.
And there's
Because they are
nothing
literally
going
spinning
on.
their wheels, because, like, they need to... They say they have an ending in mind, but who knows what that means.
That means that they know how to end it, but people still want money.
Yeah.
Like, so when we finally get sick of this, or we
It'll
finally
be
run out
when
of
they
cool
finally
eras
make
to
a new
do
money
anything.
maker, because that's what Ubisoft's been trying to do for years.
Well,
They have a lot of other money makers.
They
But
have
they
to run
want
out-
something to replace Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed is like up.
Yeah.
Like,
They have
the top,
to-
Everyone buys Assassin's Creed.
They have to run out of
Places to go.
eras.
Yeah.
Like, they've done so many, they have to run out of cool ones eventually.
They've like the only ones that I can think that's left is like ancient Rome because we've been to
Not just eras, but settings.
Well, yeah, but like
Yeah.
they can only go so close to the ones that they already have without mixing characters.
I mean, like you could maybe, but like I was saying to Keena earlier, if they decided they wanted to like do like this was really dumb and they will never do this, but like they could just decide tomorrow that they want to do Australian Bushranger Assassin's Creed, and then it would
Absolutely
work.
could, yeah.
It would work.
And then they'd be like, "Oh, this boomerang has a sword attached to it."
Yeah, hidden boomerang, boys.
It's like, oh, but somehow it calls back to you.
No,
Why?
no, wait,
Oh,
no.
demons, man, it's crazy.
Noah. Hidden Noah.
That doesn't even make sense.
Do you know what a Noah is?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But anyway,
It kills kangaroos.
everything kills kangaroos. My car kills
Isn't that
kangaroos.
just a fucking stick?
It's a big boomerang, but it's a club. It's just a club
Yeah.
in the shape of a boomerang.
Yeah, it's a stick.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say this.
You're the indigenous one here.
Yeah.
You're the one who's like, it's just a fucking stick,
Well,
guys.
it fucking is. If it's got a club on the end, it's not going to come back to you.
Yeah, there's still like heaps.
It's not
of
how
places-
boomerangs work.
There's still heaps of places they can go. Like, they can do
Yeah.
They can make the actual Russian World War II game.
I know they can. And
They
that's
could
what-
make fucking World War II Germany Nazi assassins, boys, and Nazi Templars, demons.
Yes, that's literally the plot of Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're probably working.
Assassin's Creed Wolfenstein.
They're probably working on a fucking Assassin's Creed game where you're a Nazi, but you're a good Nazi. That was quite air quotes. Sorry, visual podcast is still in the works.
There
are no good Nazis.
Ubisoft is like super like French and left, like super French to even begin with. So I don't think they are gonna do that because the French hate Nazis.
Yeah, no, but like if they want to keep doing their fucking if they want to keep doing their fucking era jumping with no story progression, that's probably one of the places
That's
they
the
need
thing.
to go.
Like I said, like our group, like the people who were playing Assassin's Creed when we were at school, we're the only ones who give a shit about the story. Everyone else,
It's because we cared about fucking Desmond.
I know, yeah,
Not
exactly.
fucking Desmond, but like, you know.
We cared about fucking Lucy.
For
Wasn't she a Templar? Didn't she turn
Yeah.
into a Templar?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
Juno killed her. Made Desmond kill her
that's right, yeah.
at the end of Brotherhood.
Fuck, I forgot about that. I just remember killing her and feeling really bad about it.
It's really crap.
I was like, I don't want to press X!
Because
Don't make me do it!
at the start of Brotherhood, you guys were trying to figure out why the Templars kept finding you. And it was because Lucy kept on telling them where you were.
Yeah.
But she also made you, like, helped you escape.
Yeah. That's
She did it because
She was like, I have parkour skills
She was
too.
hired higher up on the Templars that other Templars didn't know about, so they were still chasing her. So she was like, "Oh, this is where we are," but
She was a double agent.
yeah.
Because she helped you escape that time, remember?
Yeah, it started to.
I fucking loved
Man.
how one ended with Desmond looking at the walls.
Yeah,
And
that
he,
was
like he
fucking
finally gets
cool.
eagle vision. He sees all this
You
shit.
know,
he's
it
like,
actually took me so fucking long to realize that I could use Eagle Vision in that point. I was so young when I was playing the game, and I finished the entire game, and then I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? They're just like,
It's
you,
like,
you need to access the power of your ancestors, and it's because I never fucking used Eagle Vision throughout the whole game.
Oh, really?
It's not because, like, I used it at some parts, but,
Yeah.
like, I just didn't really use it
yeah.
much.
Dude, I
So-
fucking use eagle vision all the time.
So when I got out and they were like, use the power of your ancestors, or like it said it on the wall or
Yeah.
something, and I was just like, what the fuck does that mean? Is that fucking hidden blade on it or something? But
I'm just gonna kill everybody.
I was so confused, and then it was like that weird symbol that you saw, and it was the Eden thingy. But
No, but that was the thing. Like, I liked how it was like, they ended the game with him looking at the wall and he was like, what the fuck? And then the next game starts and it's like, okay, you learnt Eagle Vision from Altair. You learnt the lore behind the assassins.
Yeah.
Now we're going to give you number 2, where Lucy's going to put you in the Animus for like 10 minutes. You're going to beat Ezio. You're going to learn to fight because he was in that street brawl that one time. And then you're going to fuck off and you're going to go to this undisclosed location that was actually disclosed to the Templars. And it's like, okay, so every ancestor he tunes into, he learns a new skill from. But now they're just like,
I
doing all
feel
this other
like
shit. And I
they
understand
should've-
why they're doing it, but also, fuck off.
They shouldn't have
Shit.
They shouldn't have killed Desmond, like straight up.
They shouldn't have.
Like
They should have given you a choice, I reckon.
it felt like it was leading to a choice.
Yeah.
And then it was just like.
It was like, okay, well, I'll just die.
I remember when that happened, and I was just like, I don't even want to finish this game now. Like, I don't want Assassin's Creed to become this.
Do you reckon Ubisoft believed that the world was actually going to end in 2012? And that's why they left it at that point, and then when it didn't happen, they're like, fuck.
No.
What do we do now?
No.
Kid's just like, no, fucking shut up, you dumb idiot.
This game does get back to some of the like
I'm just
not necessarily
remembering
past-
Alyssa on 2012. I'm sorry, but I just remember when we got to your house and your sister was like, "There's a helicopter outside."
That's right. She fucking shadow pants because there was a helicopter. And there's only ever been like a helicopter outside her house one time before that. She was like, oh my god, it's happening! It's like, no, there's just a fucking helicopter outside. Shut your mouth.
Was it December 26th or whatever?
It was
I know,
2012. It was in December because
The
I'd
amount
gotten...
of times
I'd
where
gotten
people
the
were like,
game.
"Oh, today's the day," and it's like, "Well, no, it's not."
Their last date was December 21st.
Well, there was the same thing where in 2000 they thought that fucking computers would kill everybody.
No, it wasn't going to kill it. They were just going to die, and then like all of our ecosystems were going to be fucked because all like the expiration dates were just linked to the 12th of the 12th. Oh, no, the 31st of the 12th, 1999. Like they weren't. They didn't think to put 2000 on the end of the like just internal like.
I thought it was something
expiration
where
dates.
it was like the internal clocks would then have 00. It was like 01, 01, 00, and it was like there was too much. And
Maybe
it was
that's
just gonna,
as well.
It was just gonna like make everything fucking go haywire and just kill us all, like that Simpsons episode, where everything had a microchip in it, and even Krusty the Clown's fucking bow tie killed him because it just kept spinning over and over until it like tightened and strangled him. Yeah. It's not canon, guys. He's still alive, as far as I know.
Krusty the Clown not dying is not canon. I swear.
It's all good.
But this game does deal with like some of the story game, like necessarily the present, as my knowledge, but like the first person you kill, like in Bayek's story, it is you kill him with the Apple of Eden.
Oh,
You
really?
don't use the apple leaf, and you just bludgeon him to death. Because he doesn't. No one in that room knows what it is. Some people, like the people who want to use it, like they know it's something, but they don't know what it is.
I'm just frustrated at the game still because they still haven't explained what the fuck those people are and why the Eden is there. Like,
What, the first civilization?
yeah,
I think they have like.
They've explained it a bit.
Yeah, you have to dig for it.
You gotta like hack computers and like read the lore and everything.
Yeah.
When I
It
say
should-
hack
it
computers, you have to
literally
hack
sh-
computers in number 4 for
it
that
should
specific
just
information.
be in the game.
You could probably find a YouTube video about someone explaining it.
Yeah.
It should just
And the full Assassin's Creed lore. And
they literally did that
They'll
for the
explain
people
it.
that complained about it. They
Yeah.
don't care about the story anymore. It's Ubisoft.
And they just.
Well, that's what people are going into, and that's why they're doing these games now. They're just like, oh, you care about killing people. You don't care about the lore. But then there's people like us who are like, fucking finish the story.
And you can't even be attached to Assassin's Creed as a label anymore because the characters never stay
Yeah.
the same. The only thing I'm attached to with Assassin's Creed is Ezio. And maybe a little bit Altair. But other than that...
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we had one Altair game, and he was the first one.
Yeah.
And that was where we met Desmond.
Yeah.
And then we had 3 Ezio games.
Yeah.
And that's why we're attached to him.
And another Altair game in there. Revelations.
Yes,
Ezio was there.
yeah, Revelations did have
That was
Altair.
cool. I liked that concept.
That's my favourite Altair game. Not necessarily my favourite Ezio game, but it's my favourite Altair.
And then we had
He knows what he's
Desmond.
doing there.
Yeah.
Instead of just being, oh, I'm just killing people, I'm a shithead.
But then
I
we
like Altair in the first game.
we had Desmond, and he
was
died
lonely.
in number 3, and that's
Yeah.
why some people hate Connor, because I guess
I love Connor as a character. I love
there's
number
people that
3.
don't like. There's people that don't like number 3.
Like,
I
I've said
have
this
no issues with 3.
before.
I don't like Connor because Desmond dies.
No, but like I'd imagine that would be some people.
huge-
Some people like maybe
That would be
yeah.
like their connection. They'd be like, oh fucking.
I don't know
the game
why.
with Connor. Oh, but Desmond died. Oh.
To me, like,
I feel like that
Desmond's
could be
story
a-
in 3, like, 3's story was told so bad, like, the present stuff, that, like, I didn't give a shit about that.
Yeah, his dad kind of came into it at the end of Revelations, and then it was like he was just kind of there.
And Desmond looked completely different in 3.
I feel like they were
Yeah.
amping it up so well. The storyline was going so well.
And then they're
Why
just
are we
like,
talking about Assassin's Creed again? This is like the 3rd time we've gone around about Assassin's Creed.
Because Ubisoft hasn't answered our emails.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you say finish the story. The story was ended at the end of 3.
No,
You-
fucking
Desmond
no,
saved the world.
But no,
He didn't save the world. He postponed
Well,
the
that's
bitch
true.
fucking burning the world, and now she's on a fucking rampage.
Is she, though? She hasn't done anything. She did, like, a couple things in 4.
Well,
and then that
she was
it.
gonna enter your body in number 4.
That's just like
but then
having
the
a
technician
series.
fucked up.
It's exactly like having like a TV show that's like, okay, there are how many Assassin's Creed games are there now? 8?
A lot.
Are
There's
you,
5 times.
are you including the fucking...
No, just like the
Chronicle?
main ones. There's probably like
Probably,
9,
like,
8
eight,
or 9.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like there's 9 seasons to this TV show.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly
we're
right.
gonna cancel it at number 3. Oh, but there's gonna be spin-off series.
Yeah.
That's what it feels
Yeah,
like to
that's
me.
what it is.
I feel like I never,
11.
like, none of the questions actually got answered.
There's 11.
Like, not one question that I had got answered.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm mad. And that's why I haven't bought an Assassin's Creed game since number 3.
There's 11.
Yeah,
Did you count Rogue?
Yeah.
Did you count... Yeah, that's it.
Brotherhood.
That's the only one people discount.
What?
Yeah, that's when I think of people who, only think of the main series.
It's because
yeah.
it was
It's
it
the
was
same
for
day
the it was
as-
for the older gen consoles,
Yeah, on the
and
same day
everyone
Unity
fucking
came
traded those in to get the next gen one.
Yeah, but
I
like,
always wanted
Rogue
to
ended
play
up being
Rogue.
better than Unity.
Hey,
Rogue ended up being better than Unity.
yeah, because Unity was so rushed.
I wanted to play Rogue, but I never got around to it.
I wanted to play Unity, and then it came out. I was like, oh, never mind.
I
think everyone wanted to play Unity because it looked like they were going to continue on. Because Black Flag was sort of like... Everyone felt like Black Flag was going to be just like a little break point where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
some cool stuff's happening, yeah.
Well,
it
the
was
thing-
still good with Black Flag. And then
And it
Unity
did-
came out and we were just like, no.
Unity didn't do anything.
The thing with Unity, before it came out, they emphasized a lot on the fact that you'd be able to play with your friends.
Yeah.
And so everyone was
But
like,
it was
oh,
bad
I'll
anyway.
specialize in picklocking, and you'll specialize in stealth, and you'll be speed, and you'll be a tank, and it'll be fucking cool, because we'll take down everyone. And it was like there were 12 different missions that you could do, and they
It didn't matter
benefit,
anyway.
benefit you in any way. And it was just a fucking time waster. And like, it was so difficult to connect in those games, and there were so many glitches, and it was just
Yeah.
like...
Unity was not...
Unity was
a
trash.
year too early.
Yeah.
They should have been in Assassin's Creed 5.
They should have postponed it.
I feel maybe that's what their plan was. Like, Rogue was meant to be Assassin's Creed 5, but then like, no, we're gonna get the next one out now.
Yeah. So then we
they had
had
this game finished. They're like, well, let's pop it out now. It's
They should have postponed it.
Which is why I think they was wise for them.
They
to
should
take
have
a
just
year off.
ported Rogue to...
They've done it.
No, like, just originally, and not a released Unity. Because they had the
They
French
also got
game.
rid of the multiplayer Assassin's Creed, which is so fucking underrated.
Underrated and bad.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The multiplayer?
Yeah.
No.
Of like Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking fun. If you don't think so, you're wrong. Okay?
What are you talking about?
The
I never
multiplayer.
Never played the
You
multiplayer.
never played the multiplayer.
No.
It
You're
never
wrong.
fucking worked for me to begin with.
You're worse than wrong. He's played it.
When I was a kid, I didn't have internet, really.
Fair.
And then when I was an adult, I never played Assassin's Creed.
No,
because
it's
it
fucking
pissed me
fun
off.
because you just like
Last
you just,
Assassin's
like-
Creed game I played was Syndicate, and I pirated it.
it's
You should have
basic.
pirated 4.
It's basically just the stealth, like the stealth side of Assassin's Creed.
I just wanted to play as a chap.
Yeah, it is, but like, bad. Glitches.
What? What?
Like,
What
for me, it's
glitches?
technically bad.
What glitches?
All the glitches.
What glitches?
All the glitches where you like jump through people and you like, and then you shoot across the screen.
That absolutely does not happen.
Yes, it does.
Didn't happen to me.
Well, you're lucky.
What game did you play?
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Fucking Leapfrog?
Oh my god, I forgot about Leapfrog. Assassin's Creed
I
Leapfrog.
was gonna say there was no Assassin's Creed Leapfrog edition.
Oh my god. Skyrim on Leapfrog.
You know what?
You can see it coming.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should buy Leapfrog.
I'm pretty keen for one.
We should buy it and then just like do an amalgam plays on Leapfrog.
I remember everyone went on about how good Leapfrog was for kids when I was younger, but then I feel like the iPad came out.
Yeah.
and all
That's
parents
absolutely what happened.
Parents were just sort of like, well, I mean, like, I've got this iPad that I bought for myself that I never use because it's a fucking iPad, and I've got a laptop. So I just put it in a hard case and give it to my kid, who still managed to break the screen.
Dude, Cut the Rope. Cut the Rope was a good game. Tiny Wings, oh man.
Flappy
Man,
Bird.
Tiny Wings was good.
No, fuck Flappy Bird.
Tiny Wings was
Fucking hate that game. I remember reading a meme about it before I even knew what it was, and it was like, "Don't ever download this game." I was like, "Well,
I remember I saw
now I have to."
I saw
like,
Sophie play it at school, and then I was just like, oh, yeah. And then she's like, yeah, you gotta play it. And I was like, I don't know, it looks kind of boring.
It absolutely was.
And then I tried to get into the pipes like Mario.
Yeah.
Like the first time I played it, I'm like, what the fuck? Why did they design the pipes that way?
It literally is just Mario.
And then at the end, you have to fight Mario, and I was just like, what the fuck is this game?
Really?
Yeah, if you get to 1,000.
I don't think that's
That's
true.
what I saw, but it could have
I
just
feel
been
like that
someone
would've
mocked
been-
it
yeah, I
up.
feel
It
like
literally
that
could have been
would've been
anything.
Anyway.
But I don't know.
It's fucking stupid.
It also could just go on forever, and...
That 2048.
Didn't that guy take it down because he was getting abused by
Yeah.
app developers?
He wasn't getting abused. It was just like too much attention for him. Like he was making 50 grand a day from advertisements alone.
Jesus fucking
And yeah,
Christ.
after he made so much money, like he didn't need any more. And so he's just like, fuck this. Like I'm getting too much attention for this one game. I'm gonna take it down.
He was meant to just shit it out on the App Store like everyone else, but for some reason it just blew up.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't complain about that. I just
Dude,
wouldn't give
50
my
grand a
identity.
fucking day.
I would not give out my identity, and I'd just be like, "This is the game." And if you
Oh,
want
people already knew his identity.
Because his name, it's his name that's like copyrighted or whatever.
Mm. It's probably in the subcode or whatever. I don't fucking know.
So yeah.
I don't know that shit. I just
Besides
talk
the
about
story of Assassin's Creed, playing Assassin's Creed still fun.
it. Yeah, look, I still play it.
You
Like,
know, like that's
I
the
never
thing.
bought Syndicate, but
Neither
Kyron
did I.
had it,
Syndicate,
so I played
Syndicate's
it.
the only game I haven't played.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
And,
else
like,
have you been into
I'm
this week,
replaying
Keena?
number 4.
I finished Wolfenstein 2,
Yeah.
the new Colossus.
How's that?
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And now I know I Shannon
Everyone's told me it's a weird game.
Like, do you mind if I spoil it for you guys?
I do not care. I will not play it.
Which is it?
Wolfenstein 2.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't play the old one.
I just don't like violence against Nazis.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
so this one you
Dude,
get to nuke
skinheads
Nazis.
represent, am I right?
You get to nuke Nazis.
Fuck yeah! let's
Dude,
do
are
some
you playing
Nazis.
Fallout 3?
Dude,
4?
you know
5? 76, I mean?
are you playing how World War II should have gone?
how World War II should have ended.
Yeah.
Why did they nuke
I
Japan
never
and not
understood.
Germany?
Well, it was because Germany had already surrendered in Japan.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's the only.
They were
reason.
going to use the nuke on Germany, but yeah, they did surrender.
And
They
so
got
they were
some
just like,
intel.
well, we've got these nukes here.
They got some intel and they're like, it's like when you
They're just like, do we ask them to surrender? Nah.
It's like when you keep pissing off your big brother and then he buys a BB gun. You're like, oh, dude, I was just joking, eh?
So, Wolfenstein 2
Didn't need to kill these
goes
people.
literal places. So in the first game, it's
Literal
the
places.
it's the 60s.
like London.
It's the
Dude, World War II, Russia.
just no. It gets so in the first in human history, in real human history, we go to the moon in 1969.
On the dark side of the moon.
No, we just go to the regular moon.
Dude, have you seen that trailer?
What, of Transformers?
No.
Dark.
It's when
I fucking
Nazis...
hated that
Oh,
movie.
I've seen that movie.
I fucking
Oh,
hated that
What is it
entire
called? Dark,
concept.
Dark Moon? Is that what it's called?
No, it's called
Dark Skies? Something?
something.
Iron Sky?
Iron Sky.
I fucking hated that one Transformers movie because it technically wasn't called Dark Side of the Moon. It was just
Dark.
called Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
It's so bad. But anyway, so we go to the moon in 1969 in real history. In Wolfenstein 1, you go to the moon and it's 1961.
We went 8 years before.
Yeah, because the Nazis had supernatural technology.
Oh, of course.
Because of the first civilization, basically.
Actually.
More or less.
God damn it.
So...
Dude, did they get the apple? Did they get a piece?
Apple of memes.
Piece of that ass?
So, in 1962,
Then that's
you go to Venus. Not Mars,
Why?
to Venus.
They have acid rain in Venus.
Yes.
Oh, is that in the game?
Oh, no, you don't really deal with it because they've already built like an
But
establishment.
do they talk about it?
No, because everyone knows Venus has acid rain.
Not everyone. Nathaniel, did you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
So my thinking is, like,
That's all the people in the room I could ask.
so my normal thing, like people would have usually gone to Mars, but I think that's because they didn't go to Mars because one, it's obvious, and two, that's where Doom is set, which is another Bethesda franchise.
Ah, so they were like, let's not fuck.
Let's go
cross
the
that
other way.
shit.
Let's go towards the sun. And let's
Yeah.
go to Venus. The
'Cause that's
reason they go to
inhabitable.
Venus is because, like, you're basically Robert Redford, who's the guy from the actor who plays the Pierce lead Hydra guy from Captain America: Winter Soldier,
Okay.
the old man, the really
Mhm.
old man. You are him who's pretending to be BJ Blazkowicz, who is the character. You're basically going there to like play a part in a movie, and you're going to audition for this producer
On Venus.
on Venus because he's really paranoid. You get up there and you go through and you sit down, you read your lines, and then you find out that this producer is Hitler.
Like actual Hitler.
Actual Hitler.
What
He's
year is this set in?
1962. So it's 20 years after like World War One. He's like 70 years old, and
Does he still have the stash?
yeah, but he's like
Is it
old.
grey?
Yes, he has mad wrinkles.
Is he still missing a testicle?
You can't look there.
Did he still
but I
kill
imagine-
himself?
I don't imagine he's regenerated a testicle.
Did he kill himself?
No.
Oh.
But you do get to punch him, but that's the game over.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
You punch him and he's like, oh.
And then the guards shoot you, and the game over.
Oh, shoot. Punch them.
You don't have a gun.
Punch them all.
It's like it's a
Dude,
automatic thing.
PUBG. You can still punch someone in the head if they have a
This is
gun.
PUBG. PUBG's for
PUBG is for people who don't play Fortnite. Am I right?
Pub style. This time in Fortnite, we played the PUBG challenge.
with what they do with Hitler, it just make him look like the oldest, shittest, most senile man ever. Just like he's like literally pissing himself, like vomiting everywhere. Just
So
being,
how did he get on Venus?
he just took a ship or whatever.
He just took a shit or
Of
whatever.
course he did.
So they literally take.
So
the
how
ship.
did they build something on
I don't know.
Venus
They didn't talk about
if
that.
there's acid rain?
Basically,
How is that not being burnt through with the acid rain?
first civilization technology.
That's stupid. This is a stupid game. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is a stupid game. That's the whole point of Wolfenstein. That's meant to be ridiculously stupid. You know what else is ridiculously stupid? You get your head cut off, like a public execution.
I did not.
BJ Blazkowicz does.
There you go.
And then he, like, gets his head cut off. But then your friends catch it, run it over to a new body, no, to just a floating head jar. they put you in it to save your head.
Oh, is that like the fucking theory where it's like when someone's head gets cut off, they're alive for like 10 seconds before it?
They literally do that. And then
How did they figure that out?
Did science
Did they just cut people's heads off?
Bill
And they're
Nye.
like,
No, because they do set it up in this game. This guy,
No, I don't mean in the game. I mean in real life.
Nazis.
A lot of things were...
What?
Yeah,
Just like skydiving. Skydiving wouldn't be possible without Nazis, neither would parachuting.
No, what I'm saying is like there's the theory where it's like
Yeah,
Yeah,
Someone-
Nazis.
Because
They measured that.
They did human experiments.
what? They just cut people's heads off and they were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Human experiments. It's the same thing. Like, they did...
like that's what they did with Jewish people.
They
And,
learned-
everyone that they put in concentration camps.
That's
like,
how they
people were
learned
getting
about
gassed.
skydiving, because they wanted to put soldiers from planes onto the ground.
That's how we know what our different levels of like drowning is in the ocean.
oh, like a depth.
Yeah,
Also how we have microwaves.
yeah.
Yeah, microwaves were a Nazi invention.
There's like so many things that like we have because of the Nazis. We know because of the Nazis, but that's because they were willing to do what shouldn't be done. No, they just were fucking horrible human beings. But we now have all this knowledge.
May as well use the knowledge that they had.
Yeah.
I feel like people like me that hear this knowledge for the first time, I'm not going to, but that's how you get Hitler
Neo-Nazis.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is how you get Hitler too. Oh my
Because
god.
like,
He's black.
again, I'm not going to. Don't kill me. But like,
Yeah.
some people who hear that shit, they're gonna be like, well, we need to know more.
Yeah. That's literally what serial killers did in
That's
the
why
60s.
Full Metal Alchemist, when they were like, oh, how do we end this? They're like, oh, World War II, because they did so much human taboo shit in that TV
Fucking
show.
Christ.
So yeah, that's Wolfenstein. And then you get a new body out of getting your head cut off.
Of course you do.
So
Whose body is it?
Just a new body.
Is it
Wolfenstein's body, guys. We all know Wolfenstein.
It's called Wolfenstein because
Is he
the first
Teen
game set in Castle Wolfenstein.
I know. No. But I knew it wasn't named after a guy called Wolfenstein.
Is he Teen Wolf?
I love Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Next to
I'm
Wolfman.
talking about the old one with
Yeah, no.
Jermaine Jackson.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan, but I knew that was wrong. I was
Too many
like,
Michaels.
yeah, too many Michaels with a letter as a middle name.
I have a
Assholes.
letter as a middle name.
Keena. I was gonna say K, but you can't have two Ks. Keena. Fucking. Keena M. Johnston.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope? I can give you whatever the fuck I want.
That's not my middle name.
Keena
M.
Carl Cleveland.
I know, I'm giving you a letter. Fucking nope me. Take
His
what you're
name
given, bitch.
is Keena Carl Cleveland, but with K.
Jesus.
Keena Carl Cleveland.
And then I played Doom, and Doom's just fun.
So then you went the other way.
To Mars.
To Mars.
So you started on Earth with
Dude.
Assassin's Creed. And then
Fucking
you went
At the
to...
start, I played Wolfenstein Doom Assassins.
Did you then watch?
Whoa, you went further from the sun.
Did you then watch Rick and Morty where Jerry's like, "Oh, Pluto's a planet," and you went
Okay,
even further away?
stop.
Yeah.
Let's not go to Saturn.
Oh, I'll let you talk about Uranus.
No, but I have seen...
Wait,
High School
doesn't
Musical.
Uranus have rings too?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
not
but-
a joke. Like, I genuinely heard that.
Every gas planet has rings.
What? Jupiter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They just don't put them in photos because they're fucking stupid.
Because I remember when I was younger, they were like, Saturn has rings. And then later on, they were like, okay, Uranus has rings. I was like, haha, bumhole.
So does Jupiter, so does Neptune.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's really weird how they were all gas planets.
Is
all in a row,
Neptune-
and then there's Pluto.
Because of the
Oh,
rock.
dude,
It's
that's
rock and
just
ice.
what happens when my dad farts. We get more planets. Because they're all gas giants.
Okay.
Bad.
Do you guys want to know what I did this week?
No!
Oh, yeah. Hey,
We've done
Nathaniel, what have you been in? I'm gonna get one.
Shannon, what have you been up
Can
to?
I get me one? Can you get me
Can
one?
you be? Yes, please.
What did you say? Can I new beer?
Can I new beer, please? God, Shannon's gonna fucking watch this to see how we went. He's gonna be like, these fucking idiots. Actually, he will have stopped at Assassin's Creed.
So what have you been up to?
I have been...
That's great, let's move on. No, I don't mean to be...
I've just been playing Mario.
It's
on my phone,
fucking...
to be honest.
pretty good, eh?
I've
Figuring
watched...
out how to roll. It's pretty good. You become Sonic the
Yeah.
Hedgehog.
And what?
If you get how to roll, you can be Sonic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Except you can't rev, which sucks.
I've been working and I've been playing Mario and I've been playing Mario Kart and I watched Archer Dreamland. That was alright.
You say it really quickly, and I never know what you're saying.
Archer.
Yeah.
Dreamland.
Like you think Archer.
It's just
Dreamland?
Archer. I think it's just Archer season 6.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's season 6, but it is called Archer Dreamland. A lot of people don't like it because it's Archer. It's his dream in a coma. But I thought it was awesome. Like, the whole concept, like, of it being in a dream kind of sucks because it was a dream, but there's no other way, really, they could have had the same characters set in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they were like, oh, back in time, but I would have been even more pissed off at that.
Yeah.
Because I would just be like, why are they going so far with this, with Archer?
Why are they going so far back? I don't want Archer Primal.
Yeah, Archer Primal. We're talking about Archer Dreamland.
Yeah.
Wait. I watched it this week and it was good.
Until Kyron talked about it so many weeks ago. Oh, we're gonna...
You have to.
I didn't want to spill it over.
I just put mine because that's what it is on the table.
Yeah, but then I saw Keena like put it next to the mic. I was like, ooh. Until Kyron talked about it the other week. I didn't know that it was a tribute to the guy that voice acted Woodhouse. Yeah.
He died.
And then he's like, yeah, because he died. And I was like, fuck, that's why he's dead in the thing. And then they were like, oh, how's he gonna react when Woodhouse is dead? And I was like, fucking, that's depressing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how else you tribute to Woodhouse, but yeah.
It was actually really good because in the coma, I don't know if they like actually did it this way, but it looked like Archer was living through Woodhouse, like in his dream. So like he was being a secret agent, but every time he was he got strangled, or like he would fight someone, it'd be like a flashback to the war.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I was like, when I first saw that, I'm like, is this like Archer being a secret agent but living the way that Woodhouse was? Because he actually listened to what Woodhouse said and didn't just tell him to shut up. Like he was actually paying attention.
I mean, he loved Woodhouse.
Yeah.
He was just a fucking asshole to him.
Yeah.
Make sure you buy some sand.
I don't know if they
rub
grade
it in your eyes.
Of course. No, it was also good because they brought back season 1 characters like Len Trexler. Like the very first.
Oh,
yeah.
Dr. Phil.
They had Len Trexler in it, and
That guy looks like
they
Dr.
had
Phil.
Barry in it, but he was killable because he didn't have robot arms and legs.
Okay.
Yeah. So Archer ended up killing him. Oh no, Dr. What's his face did.
Doolittle.
No. I haven't heard that name in years. No, I'm talking about
Animals Attack!
the German guy. It was actually Animals Attack. He got
Krieger.
dogs. Yeah, Krieger. Krieger was like, because it explained more about his background, I guess, a little bit. Because you know how Krieger's like actually like a Nazi or something.
He's a fucking weirdo, is what he is.
Well,
He's got a fucking anime girl wife. And
Yeah, well,
like...
he was supposed to be like Hitler's clone or something when they were explaining it in one of
Kyron tried to tell me that.
Yeah, it was
like,
really
what the
weird,
fuck?
but in Dreamland, they're like, he was a Nazi scientist, but what he was doing is, he was actually a Jew, and he pretended to not be a Jew. He changed his records, and he changed everyone everything he was really high up in the Nazi rank, and was a doctor, a scientist, for robotics.
Oh.
And he was manipulating them, so he was drawing all of this funding for Hitler's immortal army, but he was purposely fucking it up.
Yeah.
And being like on the edge of success, but fucking it up so they would never get anywhere. And then he's like, it was all worth it because every penny that was spent on this didn't go towards sending my brothers to a camp.
Yeah.
So that's what he was saying. And before he said that, and before they all found out, there was this girl that was like, I love you, we need to get away from here. And then she found out he was a Jew and was like, I would never get with a filthy Jew like you. It really showed like what would have actually happened in that scenario. And he sicked some dogs with robot arms on it. It was pretty cool. He just went, I think it was like advance or something. He just said advance in German and then attack. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Good times. He did that to Barry and killed Barry.
Not Barry Allen.
No, the other Barry.
Did he still...
Like Barry does.
Was he still having sex with Archer's robot wife?
No, but it was funny because throughout the whole thing, Pam in the dream, Pam's a man. She still sounds and looks like Pam, but she plays the character of a man in his dream.
So she's just a man.
So she right at the start, her and Archer free a bunch of Asian sex slaves, like Chinese sex slaves from Len Trexler, and they all just start living at Pam's house. And every time they get brought up, Pam goes into like his dream state about how she has to get home to her Asian wives, and eventually it gets to the fact that she's like 1,001 years old, and she's got this massive Asian family.
Fucking Christ.
It was a really good show. Probably the quickest season of Archer I have ever seen.
It was probably just a tribute to Woodhouse.
It was probably about 10 episodes long. I got through it in a day. Yeah. Oh, actually, an afternoon. I got home from work, started watching it that night.
Yeah, fair.
Other than that, I haven't done anything. Just played Mario Odyssey and watched that.
Nice.
And finished off Little Britain, because I watched through all of that.
Fucking
No
Christ.
storyline.
No, it's just sketches, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was nice to watch it again.
What's that on?
Stan.
Okay.
Kyron Stan. And I tried to watch My Hero Academia on your anime lab, but
It's not on there.
it's been taken off, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have the rights to it anymore.
Yeah,
What? Really?
It's
Yeah.
on Crunchyroll, but it's not on Anime Lab.
Anime Lab no longer has the rights to My Hero Academia, but they do have the rights to pretty much every other shonen.
Literally everything else
Yeah.
but My Hero.
What happened? Do you know what happened?
Not a clue. All I know is I looked up why they don't, and then it was just a Facebook post of why don't they have this, and it was Anime Lab replying saying, "Oh, unfortunately we don't have the rights to it anymore." So that was very unfortunate. What are you?
Fucking honestly though, that's a meme saying, "I love Boku no Hero Academia," and it's Sky High, the old kids show or
It's a
kids movie rather.
Do you remember that time where where Hollywood was making superhero movies that weren't based on IP? They were like
Yeah.
that weird Tim Allen movie,
Yeah,
and it was just a bunch of.
they were just weird.
Wait, which Tim
superheroes.
Allen? Man, Tim Allen was in fucking everything when we were
Remember he
kids.
was a dog that one time?
Remember when Tim Allen was Santa like 3 times?
Remember when he was Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
Fuck, he was too.
He still
I'm
is.
still out. Tim
Remember when
Allen.
he was that family man?
Ooh.
Do you guys remember when we watched him make stuff with tools?
That's that show.
Yeah, handyman.
Whoa,
Wasn't it?
guys, do you guys remember when did you know they made a game about that way early in like the
Fuck off, they did.
early 90s?
Bullshit.
They
That
did.
doesn't surprise me.
They did.
That's
It's on a
not-
JonTron video. He reviews it, yeah.
They've made a game for like everything. Had it.
They've made a game for everything.
Even
Politics? Yes.
Yeah, it's
yes.
called XCOM. No.
It's called Becoming Human. Become Human. That
Detroit Becomes Human.
Oh,
that
fuck
game's not
off.
political.
I'm actually really keen to play that game. I want
It's
to
a
play it.
fancy Telltale game
Yeah.
with weird.
See,
Oh, really?
the way I thought it was...
Yeah.
Oh.
When it was first introduced to E3 and they showed the first mission, I thought that's how it was going to be. Like, you were going to be this one guy and it was going to be kind of like Deus Ex, but more like investigative than anything. I was like, that's cool. But now it's fucking just Heavy Rain, but instead, like...
Yeah, it's the same developers.
See,
I know,
When
but like,
I
I wasn't...
first saw it, I thought that trailer, what they were saying there, because they were asking so many questions about that one situation, I thought it was the one situation with so many possibilities.
Yeah.
And I thought you'd walk into the same situation every time with so many different outcomes.
So you would just do that.
And I was just like, that's a really interesting concept. And I was just like, it could be an indie game. Something that someone could bring out. And it would have worked. Like, I would have
Yeah.
fucking bought that.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, because they were like, oh, there's so many different things that could happen. And I was like, oh, okay. So, when I first saw it, I just thought it was that one situation. But it wasn't. It's this now. And it's got the guy from
It's always-
Chicago Fire in it. And he's
talking
also
about the
in
guy
Grey's
from
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, fuck
That's
that
what the
guy.
game was always like.
You're the only person who's actually understood that. I've
Yeah.
told other people and they're
Yeah.
like, who?
I've seen that guy around. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
it's that guy, that one guy. The other two.
Chicago Fire, I didn't know, but
He was in
Grey's
Chicago
Anatomy, yeah.
Fire. Him, he was in Grey's Anatomy.
Two shows at once.
No, but the
What?
fucking...
How's he in Detroit? Why is he in Detroit when he's supposed to be in Chicago stopping fires?
If he's a fireman and a doctor at the same time,
And an Android? What?
There's no one energy. That's how he was
Holy shit!
Fucking unlimited energy. It's bullshit.
I can't wait to put that on a t-shirt.
Just unlimited energy.
You know, if we ever get a fan base, they're never gonna watch that far back in videos, so we're just gonna be like,
Republish it.
We're just gonna be saying it, and they're gonna be like, what? We're gonna be like, for the real OG fans, so those two guys.
It'll be...
You know who you are.
It'll be like other podcasts where you like jump halfway through and like, they've been making jokes for like 10 years that you don't know what they're on
So
about, but you just get in on the joke. You're like, yeah, but you don't know the origins of the joke. It's like...
Every time we say
Amalgam Origins.
Every time we say
we'll just make a game.
They're just like, oh yeah, unlimited energy. Oh. It's like, you don't know. You weren't there. You don't know anything.
I was there for the rough parts when they were still working out all the kinks for 2 years.
Remember the time when they were doing video for a really long time and then they just stopped?
Jesus Christ. Oh god.
Lordy.
Should we make this a quick one?
Yeah, I think... Do we have anything else to talk about?
My topic was like, do you guys have any wants for next generation? Because there's been a lot of talks about it lately.
See, to be honest, there's no... I don't even want a next gen.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
just got new consoles.
Well, well, even if I had them the whole time, I don't see a reason.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, the Switch is only 18 months old.
Yeah.
Like that. And then you've got the PlayStation and the Xbox. They've both just released, like, their new versions of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were to go the way of the old, this is how it would go. But I don't want them to just be like, okay, now our new stuff's out.
Yeah.
I want them to be like, maybe in 2 years' time, I'd be ready for a new next gen.
That's when they're expected to come out in 2 years'
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I'd be ready for that then.
I don't know what else they could do. Like maybe introduce proper VR to them both.
Proper VR that's included, not...
That would make it
extra.
really expensive.
Yeah, but like it's also worth it. Like what's the next step? More downloads to do when you buy your disc?
Yeah, like they've already made a ton of
Like I miss the old consoles where you could you could rent a game for 2 nights and you just had to fucking put the disc in.
Because that was fun, because I don't want to buy games like Soul Calibur. That's one thing that I rented all
It's
the
like,
time.
oh yeah, I'll fucking rent it because old mate's coming over tonight.
Yeah.
That's what Game Pass is good for, apparently.
It is. But like...
I mean, like, it is good for it, but I'm not paying $10 a month also.
I do.
I was for a bit, but I didn't have people coming over, so there's no point.
No, I do it because it has Sea of Thieves, but like I don't have internet at the moment, so that's pretty fucking useless. But yeah.
So you played Assassin's Creed 4 instead.
And then I was like, hey,
Is that why you played it? Because Sea of Thieves wasn't working?
I played it because I had no internet.
Yeah.
Still don't. And I was like, look, I enjoyed this game last time, and I haven't 100%ed a game since Deus Ex Human Revolution, so... Or I didn't 100% it, actually. I just did that hard playthrough where you couldn't kill anybody.
Close enough.
Yeah. I didn't get all the achievements, but I got a lot.
I did jump into Assassin's Creed 4 for a little bit, and it was so good to jump back on my ship and just hear everyone just go, yeah!
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, until I started collecting shanties, I was getting sick of the same 6 songs. I was like, fucking bullshit. And then I kept collecting them, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, where's the next shanty?
Yeah.
It's like, to the next island, let's go!
So good. I was actually scared because, like, I deleted Assassin's Creed 4 off my PlayStation. Like, because I needed to save it. So I, like, reinstalled it, just kept it on my PS4 for a while. But I tried to play it, my save wasn't there.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, where is it? I checked my cloud save file and it was there. Like, thank fuck. I would have cried.
That's what I like about current gen consoles. You can have cloud saves.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
the same thing.
they mainly are cloud saves.
Well, I guess that's the same thing. It's not really new to me because I've had Steam. I've just been a PC gamer for most of my life, so I'm just like, well, Steam's always had
Well,
cloud saves since I was like 12 or something.
When I had an Xbox 360, I was too young to understand that like my saves were on my Xbox. So like, even though I had my profile and the game on a different Xbox, I was like, oh, you have got all these cool cars in this game. And then like I'd start the game up and I'd have all the basic cars, and I was like, oh, where are all my cars? You know. And like that was the first time I realized what cloud save was and what fucking local save was.
Yeah,
it was just.
See, I learned all that first. The thing that I had to wrap my head around was when I was playing a Nintendo game and I could only have one save.
Yeah, think Pokemon.
You mean Pokemon?
Yeah.
That's the only Nintendo game.
I always only ever played Pokemon until I got a Switch. This is the first Mario game I've played. Well, like, properly. I've played, like, old Mario games every now and again, but not actually.
You can have 3 saves in some of them.
Most Nintendo games are pretty good.
I think, like, the DS ones.
In Pokemon?
No, in Mario.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that this is the first Mario game I've played.
Right.
And I played the old one on an emulator on my computer.
Which
So
has
before
unlimited.
this,
I remember
all the Nintendo games I played, I could have as many saves as I wanted.
Do you remember when we went to that after-school chaplaincy program?
Yeah.
And we played, like, old-school Mario. And we were playing for that trophy. It was, like, you, me, I think Kyron was there, and a couple of other people.
Was this 12 gauge?
I don't think it was 12 gauge. It was with Tacey.
Oh, yep.
Youth group.
It was Youth Hub.
That's it, Youth Hub. And yeah, we played like old school Mario, like the first Mario game. And it was like, cause I'd been playing the port to the 3DS, and Tacey had like a trophy, and she was like, it was whoever could get the most points or whoever could get the furthest would win. And so like, since I knew all the ins and outs, like I knew that in the second level, like you could go past the pipe and you could get to like World 6.
I remember that when we played Duck Hunter.
Duck Hunt was another one, yeah. And I got this shitty fucking trophy that didn't even like have a name or a title or anything on it. It was just a shit trophy that said champion on it. I was so proud of it. I was like, this is the first trophy I've ever won. Because I didn't do sport.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh man, look at this. And I was like, to my stepmom, I was like, fucking check this shit out.
Do you want to know the first trophy I ever won?
Are you talking about PlayStation?
No,
Okay.
it was a participation award for,
That's the first
a music camp
That's the
that
first
I was forced
trophy.
to go on.
That's the first trophy I ever won for coming first. Sorry. There you go. Yeah.
You know what I was always upset about when I was a kid? I never won Pass the Parcel, and I got so fucking mad.
Oi, I only ever got like shit lollipops and stuff, and I'm like, fucking birthday kid got it, like,
Yeah,
you're his mum!
the
You're stopping the
parent
music,
always
you
kicked
bitch!
it. Yeah,
It's
in
fucking
line.
stupid.
was
There's that
because
one kid
my
that gets
parents-
2 lollipops?
My parents were the only ones when I was a kid who ever did pass the parcel. Like all
And
the
you
other
never
kids,
won?
Yeah, because they were always like, "Oh, the other kids have got to get it," and they never really cared about what I got. You know my parents; that's what they're like.
I just imagine them like, how are we going to torture Nathaniel this year for his birthday?
I remember it was
Let's
my birthday.
invite a bunch of kids and give them
To
the
be
presents.
fair, I remember being such a shit to my dad because I was really into Naruto this one time. And I was like, I want a ninja outfit. And then he brought me a Spider-Man outfit. And I was like, that's not ninja, Dad. And then fucking my brothers were like, yeah, Spider-Man's a ninja. I was really young at the time, by the way. I was like grade 3.
Yeah.
And I was just like a spoiled little kid. I'm like, I want ninja. I want Naruto's outfit. And then he was, and then
Why would you
Dad's
want
like,
Naruto?
I don't know.
You get Sasuke.
I was just a
fucking
kid,
nerd.
and I was like, I really like.
You want an
ninjas.
orange jumpsuit?
Of course I do.
You
Naruto.
fucking idiot.
But they didn't get me a ninja outfit, so I was like, oh fuck Spider-Man.
I remember when
And then I wore a black skivvy with a headband to my own birthday party. And then, wait for it, I felt so bad a couple years later when I actually realized what my dad did for me, so I always wore the Spider-Man outfit to bed. Because I felt so bad. I was in grade 5, and I was like, I saw the Spider-Man outfit. I'm like, I remember when I was such a shit to my dad, so I pretended that I really liked it now.
I remember when I first saw your Facebook profile picture, and it was the one where you were like, I think you were on a bed.
Yeah, and I was looking up.
You were looking
You
up.
know who suggested to take that photo? And
Vanessa.
actually-
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
She straightened my hair and told me that I had to do
Because
it.
I remember looking at it, and I was like, is he on the wall? And I was like,
A lot of people actually thought I was on the wall.
yeah. I was like, wait, those are sheets though. That doesn't count. Like, he's a kid. How is he on the wall and doing that shit? I was like, whatever.
because I'm a ninja.
I don't have Facebook. I'm gonna be. Don't say the name because this will be on the internet.
I want to say it so
Don't say the name.
What?
I don't care that 6 people. Will
It's a
listen to this.
certain animal that's very lazy.
Shut your mouth. We'll talk about it afterwards. Anyway, let's end this podcast. I reckon
Yeah,
that's a
let's
good
do
short video.
I love how we say short, but it's probably been like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hour 24 minutes
There we
recorded.
go.
Apparently,
Cool, not as long as I thought.
yeah. I thought it'd be.
I thought we talked like an hour about Assassin's Creed. So
Yeah,
honestly,
me too.
Yeah.
I looked at it when we were halfway through that, and it was like 40 minutes.
That's
I was
not
like,
bad.
ooh. So yeah, if you like this video,
Why are you hosting?
Because you didn't, and we were
because
laughing.
I started it, and now that I've had a few pots of luck, liquid confidence, I've decided to take it.
Why does alcohol give some people confidence and other people depression?
I think it gives people confidence, and that's why they're depressed later on, because they put themselves out there, and then they're just like, oh, that's why I get depressed when I'm drunk.
It depends on what I drink. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
Give us a beery.
Yeah, you know, send us some money.
Give us a promo
for some-
Just like
for some
I
video.
say, podcast is sometimes about beer.
Literally, the reason we do this sometimes is just so we can drink and talk shit for an hour and a
That's
half.
literally why I did
That's
it. It's
literally
procrastination.
why
I know, but like now we get to do it while we're drinking. so it's
Literally,
great.
that's why I was like, let's do this podcast, because I wanted to see you guys more.
If you liked it and you want to see more,
But when you're
hit the subscribe button and the bell button and do all that notification shit that will send you stuff saying when we've posted, because, you know, if you want to hear more, that's how you do it on YouTube nowadays. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below or email us at amalgamshow@gmail.com.
Oh my god, he did it right.
And, you know, check out our other shows like Keena and Shannon's, what is it, Games Lab?
Games Lab.
Where they talk about games and other
Where they
things.
charge
Because,
the thoughts of the local
look,
gameplay.
we talk about...
We just shit on the Australian government a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
we talk about games here, but, you know, Nathaniel and I add a level of...
Intellect, we're intellectuals, thank you.
I was gonna say beeries to it, but
of stupidity to it. Whereas Shannon and Keena talk a little bit more intelligibly.
Intelligibly.
See, and that's an example of the type of shit that we bring to this. So, you know, check that out. Pizza Time was an old show, but have a look at that one. We talked about Dragon Ball a while ago too. We were going to start up a new one, but, you know, we'll see what happens with that.
we just keep running out of time and no one.
Yeah, we keep running out of time. We keep starting late.
Kyron keeps shitting.
Yeah, we
Dude.
keep on trying to get Kyron to host it, and then he's like, I'm sick.
Dude, fuck work. Anyway.
He's just shitting. That's what his problem is today.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, fuck work for me, because, like, I show up.
I know what's
10
wrong
o'clock.
with you guys. I'm always on time.
Shut your mouth.
I'm always on time.
Shut your mouth. On that note, we'll see you in the next one.
Catch
Bye.
you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Turn it off because I'll get strangled.
I was like, fucking no.
Do you remember when
And
I got
played
really
it.
good at it, and then everyone's like, how the fuck did you do that?
Well, he got a score of like 200, and he's like, fucking beat that, and I got 2,000, and he was like, how the fuck? I was like, well, first of all, my fairy has 2 lives. Second of all,
But do you remember when I was super good at it? It's because I was playing it on the computer. And everyone was like, what the fuck, how? And I was like, well, I have a mouse.
Lucy used to play it a lot, and she was like, fucking beat me, and I was like, no, not into that gay shit.
Can you pass me my iPad, please?
Can you pass me my iPad?
Yeah, go for it!
There you go. Someone call Barry because this is living. Not really, it's just depressing. That's Chris. That's Chris with his making dinner. Fuck, that's gold. 4x gold.
Oh, fucking 4x. That's better than 4x.
5x?
Nothing.
3x.
Nah,
Because that means porn.
No, it means Vin Diesel.
3x?
Yeah,
Oh, triple X, right. Fuck that guy. Dude, rip Paul though.
fucking do it.
Are you just going back or are you just looking at it for the first time?
No, I'm going back.
I made it like a week ago.
I know. I'm pretty sure I've already screenshot it too.
Fuck me, how is it? Tweaking, how? Tweaking, how? Oh, you took a screenshot of the chat.
Oh fuck. Do you guys want to do a topic about like what you guys want from next generation of consoles? Or no?
I don't know what I want.
Okay.
I want Sword Art Online because I've been watching that.
Sorry?
I've been watching Sword Art Online.
You just want Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
I just want to die in the game.
Yeah, honestly. If I'm gonna die, I want it to be because I fucked up with not enough healing potions. So, like, the next time I die in a video game...
In all honesty, it's probably more
you guys
interesting
just
than any
stab
other
me in
way
the
you could
chest.
die in real life.
Honestly, though, it's just like... It's so much easier to just die that way.
I would die so much.
Really, same.
Excuse me. You ready?
I'm
yeah,
ready.
obviously.
Just let me finish this bar.
Oh, they're birds? Ah, that makes sense. Gotcha.
Can you pause it?
Actually, no. I can't.
Well, pause it.
I don't think I can.
Okay, Mom.
Mum, this is an
It's an
online
online
game!
game. I can't play. I can't pause
Just
it.
pause the thing!
Just turn the TV off.
I just need you to do some washing up for me.
Okay, we all didn't have your mum.
Yeah, my mum was like that. Have you met my mum?
Not met her, I've seen her. And
You've seen her.
And I've heard stories, and I've seen her when we had to pick Kyron up from your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never actually met her.
She's
I remember the first time she ever yoo-hooed at me because there was food.
Yoo-hoo!
And I was like, what the fuck was that?
It's just what old people do when they want you to come for food.
Honestly. Borrow a friend's fairy. Oh, man.
Boys!
I'd love to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was a girl in our
I know.
family.
Yeah, we just go,
You know,
For some
if it wasn't so
reason-
mean, I'd say cunts.
Hang on
really
a
badly,
second. Is that my beer?
what the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Did you open that?
No, it was already on the bench. I don't know.
I could have got it. Why not? Can you shut?
have the little crease?
Yep. I don't know where the fuck.
Can you
this
shut
is.
the cupboard as well, please?
Shut the cupboard.
Unless Georgie had one, but she didn't.
Wait, bitch!
Fuck.
Oh, did you have a beer? Okay. Did you? Did you? Ah, it was Nina's.
No, she didn't have one.
You didn't
I
have one?
actually had one, haha.
No, none of them did.
I don't
like
like
this
this mixed messaging.
Trying to
Fucking women, man.
figuring out the mystery of the beer.
No, it's just your weird creepy
Fucking
girlfriend.
hell, don't go out there.
I had a girlfriend and they weren't that
Whoa.
weird.
That was scary, man. It was
You know what
like
else is scary?
two females yelling at you. You know what's worse than that? 3.
4x.
Honestly, I'd rather.
Man, if that was on the podcast, I would totally
It's
be a
all
joke.
recorded.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh shit, we should have that as like outtakes.
welcome to the Amalgam
What
Show.
I've been doing lately is just been hitting record, and then like we start
Whatever
the show normally,
bullshit.
and I put the bullshit at the end.
Oh really?
There's like a 2 or 3 second gap of silence at the end of the show, and then it goes into our bullshit at the start.
Jesus Christ. I was gonna say we could just start the show now. Just be like, welcome to the Amalgam Show. 3.
Yeah, with the British accent as well. Welcome to the well, not British, but shabby.
It's like Slavish.
Slavish.
No.
2.